Cluster stitches are a kind of decorative stitch that pick up multiple stitches below and combine them all into one stitch up top. You can make cluster stitches out of single crochet, half double, double, or treble crochet, any size you like, and you can also pick up as many stitches as you want. You could make a 20 DC cluster, although of course normally they're much smaller. When you're making a cluster stitch, they're just decreases that can go on basically forever. So if you can make a decrease, you can make a cluster stitch. The formula is exactly the same. To make any cluster stitch of any height, all you do is make the first part of the stitch up until the last set of yarn overs. You stop at that set of yarn overs and you pick up the next stitch instead. So I'll show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and just make a 3 double crochet cluster. Start as if you're going to make a normal double crochet, pick up the next stitch, pull up your loop. And how do we make a double crochet? Well, we yarn over and pull through 2 twice. So just yarn over and pull through 1, and this is our last set of yarn overs. So don't complete that just yet. Instead, go as if you're going to make a double crochet decrease, yarn over, pick up the next stitch, pull up your loop, and now you can see we have this first part of our cluster still on the hook, and just pull through 2. And in order to finish this double crochet we've started, the last yarn over would finish it, right? But always stop right before the last yarn over. This is our completed completed double crochet off to the side, so just ignore him. We've picked up 2 stitches so far. Let's just keep on picking up more stitches. Yarn over, pick up your next stitch, pull up a loop, get your first leg there, and stop 1 leg before you complete the stitch. We've picked up 3. We could pick up as many as we want. Just start your stitch as normal. Do as many yarn overs as it takes until you get 1 before the end of the stitch. Now we've picked up 4 total stitches. Well, what do we do when we want to finish the cluster? Yarn over and pull through every single loop on that hook. That is a 4DC cluster. Let me show you one more with treble crochet and you can see what I mean about stopping 1 yarn over before you finish your stitch. I've set us up here to make a nice big treble crochet cluster. So we can pick up as many stitches as we like as long as we know the formula. So why do I have some chain spaces here? That is because when you make clusters, it is going to pinch your fabric inwards to the top of a single stitch. So patterns, decorative patterns will sometimes have chain spaces to keep your fabric flat. We start any treble crochet with 2 yarn overs. Pick up the next stitch below. And what's our formula for making a cluster stitch or a decrease? Do all your yarn overs until you get 1 before the end. Okay? So for a treble crochet, that's 3 total yarn overs, but we're just going to do 2. See, our last yarn over is just left on the hook. Now let's pick up another stitch. We need to yarn over twice, pick up that next stitch, and since treble crochet has 3 yarn overs, just only do 2. See? We are just picking up and starting all these treble crochets. Let's do another one. Yarn over twice, pick up the next stitch, and only yarn over twice because 3 would complete the stitch and we're not ready just yet. Just do that for as many stitches as you like, and when you are ready to complete your cluster, yarn over and pull through every single loop on that hook. And that is all there is to it. But what if you're going to do a single crochet or a half double cluster? Because those don't have, a lot of yarn overs and pulling through. Let's look at that. Now, a single crochet cluster is not very common, but all you would do it is as if you're doing a bunch of decreases in a row. So insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. What's our formula? Stop 1 yarn over before the end, and we are at 1 yarn over before the end, so just pick up the next stitch. pull up a loop. Oh, we are 1 yarn over from the end, so just pick up the next one. And whenever you're done picking up as many stitches as your pattern tells you to, just yarn over and pull through every single loop right on that hook. See? And a lot of times, see this effect how there's just all these loops hanging on top of the yarn? A lot of patterns will have you just do a chain 1 to kind of seal it all in like that. But what about half double crochet? Well, it's very similar to single crochet, right? So to make a half double, we yarn over, of course, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and we are 1 yarn over away from the end. So let's stop working on it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up your loop. We're 1 yarn over away from the end. So next one. Yarn over first, that always gets me with half doubles. Pull up the loop and pick up as many stitches as will fit on your hook. And whenever you're ready to finish your half double cluster, yarn over and pull through all bajillion loops on the hook. And let's do our own chain just to seal that stitch. That is all there is to cluster stitches. They're just like big mega decreases that can go on for as many stitches as you like.